This dude hasn't coached it down for USC, and he's already might take a head coaching job. What kind of bullshit is that? But yeah.
Are you gonna defend your Legion of Troy?
It's Reign of Troy. First off, that's what I used to write for. But when it comes down to it, man, I think it's really just because the whole spread concept craze is why a guy like him is even getting, a job, a head coaching interview. That's trash for me. He actually has more head coaching experience than Todd Helton, technically. But Helton obviously won Rose Bowls and all that. But yeah, I just disagree with that whole situation. That he shouldn't. If you sign on else, that's why certain cats in that recruiting class still haven't filled out, because it's like if you're running an air raid, you only need a certain amount of running backs. So yeah, whatever though. Also, number 4, PETA wants the mascot pictures to be banned after Bevo almost ran over and killed Hugga, the fucking Georgia Bulldogs mascot.
Well, to be correct, they've wanted this for a long time. I don't know. But yeah, if we're going to go on that same note, this is something they've been wanting. They're just renewing it after the entire incident. So there's that, which, as we've said many times, Pete didn't get the fuck out of here because they euthanize more animals than anybody.
Damn, but they don't tell you that.
And they use scare tactics to build a cult of 17-year-old women with eating disabilities.
Bruh. We're getting PETA the fuck out of here.
Bro,
right.
I mean, come on, dude. I've had beef with PETA.
You've had beef with PETA?
With PETA, with whatever. I've had beef with them since 10th grade.
Oh, this is real for you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Michael Vick. Fuck PETA.
All right. So, next
Matter
one.
of fact, where's my fur coat at?
Damn, American Gangster style. Okay, Nick Saban pretty much hates playoff expansion. He hated the expansion to 4 teams, and it's really looking like, why do we have all these people play these games knowing that Clemson and Alabama are the 2 best teams in the country? By the way, Notre Dame got their ass kicked in.
Shout out to Woo.
Shout out to Woo!
Even though I'm low-key an Irish fan, too.
You really are. Punk ass.
But yeah, man, I mean, do we really need to make Alabama and Clemson play an extra game just to see them play? Is that really where we're at in life? If we're going to keep the playoff...
They're not getting paid, by the way.
If we're going to keep the playoff, we need to get rid of conference championship games and make it an actual playoff and not just something that looks like a playoff. That's all I got to say on
Okay,
that
I thought you were going to say something extra. I was waiting. I was hanging on your word.
Nah. You're just over there tweeting again.
No, I thought you were going to say something else. That's why I stopped and didn't say anything. But anyway.
Next time you go viral before the show, I'm going to need you to just turn off your phone for the whole 2 hours.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. You clearly can't handle clout.
Honestly, no.
You're really not handling clout.
I saw something for
well.
Notre Dame that made me laugh really hard the whole time you were talking. I held it in. But yeah, so if they go undefeated again, does Notre Dame get consideration for the playoff? Lie to me and say you think they won't.
Notre Dame is always going to get consideration for the playoffs.
Do they deserve it?
Especially when they're pappying your USC Trojans. So you can blame your Trojans for being overrated and being one of Notre Dame's key victories every time they go to the championship.
What did you just say to me? Excuse you?
Your Trojans are the Chris Paul to Notre Dame getting to the championship every year.
Yeah, sorry, our Skype's down. This is trash. Whatever. Anyway, I can't see who actually said something in the chat room. But, yeah, so... Oh, yeah, we didn't touch on this earlier, but is Eli Manning done? I'm kidding. Of course he is.
All right, let's go to the ranch.
No.
I
got the best.
You're losing your segment now.
No, I'm not. Damn. So, players skipping bowls, players not skipping bowls. Jonathan Allen, Benny Snell, they chose to play. Josh Allen actually had 3 sacks against Penn State, and Kentucky won the bowl game. They won 10 games for the first time since 1977. My bad. And I think he finished the year with 17 sacks. Said, if I'm not the number 1 pick, I don't know who is. Now, Manny Diaz and Miami, they got one of their guys, Joe Jackson, defensive end. He's going to the NFL draft. All their linebackers are coming back. Don't do the wrap it up thing. I'm wrapping it up. So, Manny Diaz, who had signed on to be Temple's head coach, Miami gets their ass clapped badly.
Which, by the way, you've been in this segment for like 15 minutes already.
No, it hasn't been 15 minutes.
I've literally been.
It's been 4 minutes.
It's been longer than that.
It's been 4 minutes. Don't interrupt me. Damn. Anyway, so Manny Diaz decides, you know what? I'm gonna take, since Mark Richt just magically up and retired. Mind you, Temple had recruits ready, all this stuff. So Manny Diaz ended up saying, you know what? I'm going to be Miami's head coach since there's an opening now. So I guess it's fuck Temple. And then Dana Holgerson left West Virginia to be Houston's head coach because Major Applewhite got fired. So I just want to ask, should they be forced to sit out a year? You know, since all the recruits like at Temple, who thought Manny Diaz was going to be their coach, now they're just stuck. And signing days, I think in February, like the last day to officially sign. That's kind of shitty. It really is to do kids like that. So the next time college, you hear Mark Emmert or anybody else in college football say they care about the athletes, it's bullshit because Manny Diaz should be forced to sit out a year. Since you're just going to jump from being Temple's head coach back to Miami, and he fired their whole offensive coaching staff, but you were the defensive coordinator for a defense that gave up a shit ton of points and yardage in your bowl game loss because Wisconsin beat the shit out of Miami, like 35-3. It was embarrassing. So I'm just curious.
I think the biggest thing is he doesn't need to take a year off because he's already going to
be forced to take a year off?
Yeah, pretty
much. Pay a fine, something?
No, besides that, Miami's probably not going to be relevant again next year, so
all 3 of their starting linebackers are coming back, so it's that.
I mean, Miami hasn't been relevant in what? A decade?
Something like that.
Like, bro, come on. Brad Kaya?
Wow, don't say that. Don't talk.
Stephen Morris? Come on.
Why you bring up Stephen Morris, dog? I thought you forgot.
He was actually nice in NCAA.
He was until he wasn't.
Yeah, they had some little fast receivers that were nice too.
Yeah, but they're starting.
Clyde Walford, Philip Dorsett.
I'm gonna throw up, dog.
Artie Burns.
Another Steeler. Trash.
Point is, I'm not too worried about
their safety
Miami.
is really good though. Rashad Johnson, I think he's really nice.
That's the thing, man. These guys get short-sighted and just see Miami, and they don't think, oh, I'm already set up at Temple, which is actually coming up right now, and I could actually stay here and actually pave my own way. Instead, I'm going to try to fill in these shoes that are impossible to fill because they haven't been felt in.
No, they've just been bad.
Years.
They don't even recruit South Florida anymore.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Uncle Luke was on Twitter going in, like, bro, I brought them Dalvin Cook, Amari Cooper.
Every single month.
He hasn't stopped.
Every single week.
He hasn't stopped. Uncle Luke has not stopped. But, yeah, now he says he wants UCF's coordinator.
He's too live for Twitter.
Yeah. Randy Shannon, the University of Central Florida.
Get a pity chuckle for that?
No, you don't. Because our Skype is down and I'm mad now. I wanted to call in, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, one more thing actually, and then I got a question for you. So Deion Sanders,
we don't need to do the last one. That's going to take too much time. Man.
No, it's not. I got my 5. You
don't
have to say your 5. I'm just going to do my 5. But Deion Sanders was openly the Under Armour All-American High School All-Star Game was today, and yeah, Deion Sanders was openly criticizing cats who were practicing earlier in the week. Do you feel like it's cool. And he was like, we might have to send some guys home. These guys aren't really that good. Do you really think it's cool? By the way, his son was a corner or safety playing too. You honestly feel like it's really cool and acceptable for a guy like him or any coach in general to be down talking athletes like that for a high school all-star game that they don't have to be at, by the way?
I think as someone who's, been around Coach Sanders in the combine.
You didn't run a 5.1. No one believes you.
And he actually said I had good technique and a good start. So shout out to him.
But you didn't run a 5.1. I don't believe you.
I really did. I think the biggest thing, man, is it depends on where it comes from, right? If it's like, old ass head coach, get off my lawn, like these dudes just aren't that good. Like, Dion, you've had your hands in Under Armour for how long? Like, right. I'm pretty sure you have some sort of sway with the players that get selected. So if they're not good, like they're actually not good or not talented, I think somehow that also falls on you. But if it's more of like like these kids don't understand like the opportunity they're being given because they're fucking around in drills and not focused and not really competing, then I'm okay with that because, I mean, obviously, as we've talked about a lot of times on this show, this generation is different and they kind of need structure and all that sort of stuff, even though they're completely against that. Ultimately, though,
like
I don't think Deion Sanders would be the dude to do it out of malice and just to be mean.
No, not on the malice. But
so I'm pretty sure there's a reason why he felt that way. Like I'm pretty sure.
But bro,
he's
like
valid. He doesn't usually do that. And also, we also got to mention the fact that what is the Under Armour game like the third high school All-Star game?
It's the U.S. Army one. That's usually the biggest one.
Yeah.
Under Armour only came on recently. I was watching some of the practices.
They've been on for like probably 10 years.
But it's like
a big game for 10. And I think there's another one.
But they had Kayvon Thibodeau, who's like the number one overall prospect. They had a couple guys in there, like high-ranking recruits
overall,
in that game.
This draft class, maybe this recruiting class isn't that good. Maybe it's
no. He's talking about the receivers. He moved some receivers to corner. I'm like, maybe you don't know what the situation is. Maybe like they came here, they're dead ass tired. I don't know if their parents had to pay them to be out there.
Dion also likes his corners who can't tackle. But I guess that's better than the Steelers corners who have no ball skills.
Who can't cover or tackle.
Or have ball skills.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, man. So you want to give your top 5 prospects from the Bulls?
Yeah, I'm going to say Butler out of Iowa State. 6'6", put in work. Colin Johnson out of Texas is going back to school. But yeah, Benny Snell, all-time leading rusher in Kentucky history. Broke that against Penn State. You also have Josh Allen in that same game who had 3 sacks. Monster. He's going to tear up the combine. That's my 3. Number 4, Travion Williams. One of the most underrated running backs in college, and I think he's going to be a steal wherever he goes. People are questioning his speed. He broke off a 93-yard touchdown run. That shit was crazy against I forget who it was against, but he had he killed it. They won their bowl game. He had 236 rushing yards, broke the Texas A&M all-purpose yardage record, and also became the single-season all-time or the singles. He broke the record for rushing yards in the season for Texas A&M with like 1780, 1760. So he declared for the draft. He's gonna do some big stuff. So I'm gonna be watching him. And also, I want to see where Paris Campbell goes out of Ohio State, because he broke the Ohio State receiving or catches in the season for Ohio State receivers. I didn't know that Ohio State only had like 5 guys go over 1,000 yards in the history of the program. I didn't know that shit. The same thing with Oregon. Oregon's only had like 1 or 2 guys go over 1,000 yards.
Huff?
I don't think
Anthony Thomas.
No, I think it was Jeff Mall.
No,
I didn't think Jeff Mall had it.
I was being facetious.
Okay, yeah. But Ohio State, I was like, damn.